And what I'll do on this free call is ask you a bunch of questions, figure out your situation, and then give you strategies to improve. It's free for the first 5 guys to email me. Just send it to there. Oops, let me go back. Robbie@innerconfidence.com. And I think I have a few minutes for questions.
Give Robbie a round of applause.
Thanks, guys.
In the beginning, first of all, thanks for the speech.
Yeah.
It's great. In the beginning, you touched about the outliers, and it was interesting. You said you noticed little things. You know, you coined yourself a social genius.
Mm-hmm.
Can you just touch upon like a couple specific things you'd say you notice now that are different from when you began?
Yeah, I talked about a few of them. Just that simple thing about if you're by yourself approaching groups of 3 or 5 or 1. For the longest time, I would go out by myself and I'd approach a group of 2 girls, and I'd wonder why I'd always get cock-blocked. Simple, the other girl has no one to talk to. If I was talking with a group of women with a friend and we were having a group conversation, I would wonder why I didn't go anywhere. Simple, no isolation. You notice little things. You notice when a woman is talking to you, but she's always glancing away. And you know she's not interested at that point, even if she's sounding like she is. She's not interested. So being a social genius is really just recognizing patterns. That's it. And the only way to recognize patterns is to have experience. Do it over and over, and you'll recognize those patterns faster if someone can point them out to you beforehand, because then you'll see them, you'll know what to look for. Yeah.
Hi. So I just wanted to thank you again for offering your service yesterday for free, and it was the least I could do to say that he watched my approach over and over and offered me really precise feedback. So I mean, it was very, very valuable to me. And you're this weekend is the first time I've ever had a coach actually look at my style. And I think one of the things that a lot of us are doing is it's just like working out. We just go in the gym and we just lift heavy things and call it good. And then we're not happy with our results. So that's what I've been doing for like the past year and a half, is just shotgunning this crap. And no guidance. I'm just stabbing in the dark and maybe something's happening. So, it was really helpful to get that precise feedback and that precise, step by step by step. And then the other thing I just want to mention was you said about doing the hard stuff. When I'm in a really crappy mood, and I don't know if you can kind of speak to this, when I'm in a really crappy time in my life, or really crappy, just a real low, it's because I'm not making any approaches. I'm not doing any of I may be trying to align my chakras. We all know that going out and trying to pick up chicks is what will give us that. And I can always tell how I'm doing by how confident, how happy I am. And I know as soon as we're rejection or not, it doesn't matter whether I'm rejected or accepted. It's whether or not I'm making those actions. So I don't know if you want to speak to that.
Yeah, exactly. If you're feeling like shit, if you're just dealing with a lot of negative emotions, go out, do something physical. Approaching women is a physical activity. This is a sport. It's not. It's closer to a sport than it is to learning math or learning science. It's a physical act. And doing anything physical, like if I'm in a bad mood, I go out, I play ice hockey. I smash into dudes. It's amazing. It's like the most therapeutic thing. Move your body, go to the gym, lift heavy shit. Don't just sit there and dwell in your emotions. It's good to sit there and reflect and, think about your emotions, but go out and take action. As guys, we're very action-oriented. If we take action, we're usually happy. And especially if it's action in the areas that matter most to us. So thanks for adding that, Mark.
Hey, Robbie, thank you for
Yeah.
the great speech. So you said something that really rang true for me, and that's what I call segmenting the market. But you said it in a different way. It's go where you're a better fit for the opposite sex. Like the 18-year-olds down on 6th Street aren't going to be a fit. They certainly aren't for me at my age.
And you're not interested in them either.
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
So thanks for bringing that up, because I don't know if that's really rung true in this, in the year that I've been kind of following this stuff, I just haven't really picked that up, but I picked it up kind of on my own. It's like, this stuff isn't working. This shotgun approach and going to the wrong venues just doesn't work. And so thanks for saying that.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm glad you realized that too. I think we got to wrap it up. Or one more. We have time for one more question. Go ahead.
My question is, you're talking about how you were in that set for a while, and she kind of took a while to open up to you with her body. So how do you know when you should just leave and give up and just play the numbers game, or when you should just stay and keep just plowing and getting her to finally show interest? How do you draw that line?
Yeah, in that situation, to be honest, I would have left if it wasn't for the fact that my wingman was locked in with his girl. The entire time I'm sitting there beating myself up thinking, this girl doesn't like me. What did I do wrong? This sucks. But at least she was talking to me. There was never an awkward silence where we were just sitting there doing nothing. She was still investing something. If she's investing even a little bit, take that as a sign of interest. Like I said, I would have left in that situation, and that would have been the wrong move, obviously, because eventually she warmed up and it was amazing. But if she's not, some girls just won't do it. This girl was exceptionally beautiful. She had been hit on that entire week, which I found out later, just guy after guy after guy, and she was on guard. And it literally took her 30 minutes to realize, like, okay, this guy's cool, he's confident, he gets it, I'm gonna open up to this guy. And that's when she did. And I just kept trying to remind myself, all right, stay in, be a good wingman, and eventually it worked out. Now, if it had gotten awkward, meaning she started giving me one-word answers, she just completely stopped investing in me, then trying to stay there for your wingman or your buddy is not a good idea, because that girl will ruin the interaction for her friend and for your friend. She'll get bored, she'll start competing with her friend's attention, and your friend will lose that war, that battle. So what you should do, what my wingman should have done, well, if that would have happened, right? If you have to not only, if you really want to be a social genius, you not only have to be aware of what's going on with you and her, you have to be aware of what's going on with your wingman and his girl. And if you see that it's awkward between them, don't try to continue the interaction with your girl, because eventually she'll sabotage it. So get her number, talk to her later. And yeah, I guess that's it. Get her number, talk to her later. Make sure you're aware of everything going on. Like, once you really start getting these skills, you won't have to think about them, right? Like, I don't really have to think that much about whether a girl's interested in me or not. I just feel it. It's like driving a stick, right? When you know when to take your foot off the clutch and when to accelerate, because you can feel it. In the beginning, you can't really feel it. You got to time it. You got to look at the tachometer. Eventually, you get the feeling in your body. That only comes from practice. Did that answer your question?
Yeah, perfect. Yeah.
Great. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much.